Hey everybody, welcome.
What up, everybody?
Episode 27, Comically Gaming. I'm Nate.
Corey?
And yeah, another week to go. 27. Not a great milestone, but I can't believe we're still doing this. Check out our website. We put all our stuff up there, gamescomicsandculture.wordpress.com. Email us questions, comments, concerns. Go to gamecomicsandculture@gmail.com. Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/GCANDC. Follow us on Twitter, at GCANDC. I'm at Darth Nader, DARTH_NAR. Corey's Frozen.
I'm at Gloucester, CJKLOSTER.
And
Was
then
it Frozen?
you were for a second, but it came back in. The Facebook group, we got a pretty big Facebook group. Just punch Games, Comics, and Culture into Facebook. You'll come up with us. And please like, subscribe, share the video. In particular, we had that great subscriber growth that 1 week where we got a pile of people, but we've been stuck on 44 ever since then. So please, if you watch the video, if you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. That really hooks us up. We're trying to get to 100 before 100th episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep. I, for the first time this week, got some responses from the video game internet celebrities on Twitter.
Oh, yeah?
For the first time ever, my tweets weren't just being ignored. I was going back and forth a little bit with people.
Really?
Yep. It's cool.
What do you mean?
There. What's that?
What do you mean?
Talked about Soma with the PlayStation Blogcast guys who were the ones who basically suggested it to me because they talked so much about how good it was and whatnot.
Nice.
Yep. Had a little back and forth.
Sweet.
So, how's your week?
Pretty good. I didn't really do much as far as comics and games. I mean, we had game night last night. We played Destiny and Diablo again. Played some more basketball. I think I watched a few more Black Mirror episodes. I think I've watched all of them.
So, Black Mirror, real quick, we'll get into that for a minute. So I watched episode 1, season 1 as well. I definitely liked kind of the format and production of the show. I seriously thought that first episode story was stupid.
Yeah.
This could be.
Yeah. First one was pretty, well, that's what's... Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that first one either. But, I mean, all episodes are different. You know, that one was pretty political and, I mean, they're all weird, but...
Yeah, I'm going to keep watching for sure, but I just felt like the without spoiling it, the main plot line was so unrealistic and not something that would happen that it kind of took away from the rest of the story from me anyways.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're all different storylines. Yeah, that one was pretty silly.
Right. Right.
I think they were going for shock value off the first episode or something. I mean,
sure. I can see that.
I don't know. But, yeah. Can't really go into spoilers.
Okay. We'll go on. But I should keep watching, is what you're saying. I planned on it after that first one, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely keep watching. I mean, some of them are better than others. Some of them are really good. Some of them are mediocre. Some of them are, like that one. That one was the more... I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of that one, but there's some of them that I really liked. So
right.
Keep watching.
Okay. We'll do. What else? Anything else? Is that your week?
I don't think I really did much else.
All right. So my big thing was beat Soma this week finally, and me and you chat a little bit of this before. Real hard to kind of judge or put a number on that one.
Yep.
Because the gameplay is frankly terrible, but the story was awesome. The story was totally awesome. Like there's kind of a revelation like 3-4 hours in that makes it like one of the coolest just sci-fi stories. Period. Books, movies, whatever. You know what I mean? And so it's
Yeah.
like story wise, like I gave it a 10. Like it's definitely one of those that when it and the whole premise and then what happens there and then in particular the ending also, it was one of those where like when the ending stuff happened, I was just like, wow. I mean, I really took me by surprise, or not surprise necessarily, but just really kind of impressed me, shocked me
Yeah.
how good it was for video game stories. We both have talked about normally garbage for the most part, or just kind of fun adventure stuff. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool sci-fi story. Yep.
On par with The Last of Us.
Different, totally different. Again, The Last of Us is very emotional. This story is very kind of heady and like philosophy-y.
Yeah.
If you follow me, like, you know, there was no point in it where I felt, you know, connected to or concerned about the characters the way I did with Joel and Ellie and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
You know, things that happened in The Last of Us were like I got mad about and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that. This isn't like that, you know. But cool, definitely. I'd suggest it to anybody who likes sci-fi stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you talk
Yeah. I gotta
about
play through it.
you talk about kind of you likened Black Mirror to the Twilight Zone. Like this story feels like it could be a Twilight Zone story also, but like
Oh yeah.
with a very kind of sciencey twist to it for sure.
Nice.
Yep. So someday you should play it. Someday we'll spoil it.
Yeah, I will.
It's the end of the show because it's cool. It's worth and like I say, the gameplay is really bad. I feel like there's points the puzzles are really obtuse and you'd never figure it out without just like wandering around and clicking on every single thing in the environment. I hate that stuff. That's really old school kind of design. Just not fun. So, you know, when I got to those parts in the game, I totally jumped on YouTube and watched video of somebody do it, and then I followed it through and then moved on to the next part of the story.
Yeah.
There's like some monster enemies in it that you have no defense against, so it's purely stealth and hiding and running away from those things.
That's what it seemed like when I ran into them.
Yeah, the one thing that I'd say is cool, and again, I don't really see this as a spoiler, but just more kind of what the game feels like as a game. You know, when there's certain spots where you want to hide and sneak around and do things while the enemies are kind of wandering around the same areas that you're in. There's also spots where they're going to see you no matter what. You got to even almost run past them like they block you off. And then it's like flat out running for your life down dark corridors to try and get into the door to close it behind you sort of thing. That totally not seriously genuinely scary to me, but definitely got my blood pumping a little bit. You know what I mean, during those parts. So that's the one plus side of the gameplay side of it. But you know, it is just walking around these environments, looking for stuff, and then experiencing the story through different kind of not cutscenes, but audio logs, and then the person that you're talking to in the game, and just kind of, you know, it's one of those walking simulators like people talk about with only a touch more action in some of the worst puzzles of all time. So it's like you're saying, what, put a number on it? Like story is like a 10, gameplay is like a 2. So I don't know what, you know, is that a 6? I don't know what you say it is, but it definitely was one of those games that I still am thinking about now 3 days later, story wise.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice.
Yep.
So even as a 6 or a 7, you still give it must play for the story.
If you like, if a sci-fi Twilight Zone story sounds cool to you, then yes.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's one of the best in video games. Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is just. I mean, I would almost prefer it being a movie than being a game because the puzzles are stupid and stuff like that. I'd almost rather just watch that story
Yeah.
than you know what I mean, play my way through it. But whatever, it's cool. I'm down with it. The other stuff I did, we talked about. I played some more basketball. We're getting towards the playoffs finally, where we can do some head-to-head matchups and really stop talking trash and see who's the king here.
Yep, got to watch Dad kick your ass the other day.
Yep. Share play, yeah. First of all, we just got to note that he dominates us in head-to-head sports games. He's not very good at golf, but in Madden and in basketball, he wins more than he loses the past couple years. So props.
Yep.
Props to him for sure.
Didn't I win the Super Bowl though?
I know he won one of the last two. You probably won the other one. But I know he won one of them. So yeah, and then watch Black Mirror, watch Walking Dead this week. You haven't seen it yet. We won't go spoilers on it. I will say it's my favorite episode this year.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I'll probably watch it after this.
So yeah, that was my week. Got a few different things. Just wanted to talk some trash about real quick. We'll end the show, do spoilers with Pokemon. We're gonna do as we've threatened since we started this show. I've never played a Pokemon game before. You've played every single one to completion, and I'm gonna try and get through it and see what all this fuss is about. So that'll be our spoiler section this week, and then going forward, we'll kind of do an update on where we stand.
Yeah, I just ordered. You're playing Moon. I just ordered Sun today.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I'll be getting Black Friday. I'm getting my new 3DS, and then I'll be in it too. So.
Cool. And then so I want to start.
If anybody knows, anybody who doesn't have a 3DS, 2 really good deals for Black Friday. There's the 2DS bundle that comes with Mario Kart and one of their gold games or whatever. So either these two
here, Ocarina of Time and Luigi Mansion are both choices. Those are definitely 2 of the top 5 3DS games of all time. And Mario Kart's another one.
Oh yeah.
So
two great games and the shittiest of the DS systems for $100, right?
Well, so you say shittiest. It looks stupid. We can agree that it looks stupid. But I never, ever used the 3D feature. Ever. I used it on one game, the Mario game that came out in the first year that I got it, Super Mario Land, I think. I've never used it for anything else, ever. So that part...
Me neither.
Yeah, that part doesn't matter to me. And other than that, I mean, the buttons are the same. The screens are the same.
True, but that's not going to fit in your pocket.
I don't take my mobile games on the go anyway, so...
Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
I'll bring mine to work, especially with Pokemon. When I'm playing Pokemon, I bring it everywhere with me.
Do you?
Yeah.
I just don't have time when I'm out. I definitely don't have time at work, and I don't have time... I'm always driving if we go places.
Yeah, it got dangerous when the last Pokemon was out and I was delivery driving.
Surprise, surprise.
Running through the grass while driving at the same time.
Okay, we'll get back to Pokemon though. But yeah, there's that deal, that 2DS deal, and then there's a $99 new 3DS that seems to be almost everywhere, black and white, and that thing's cool. It's definitely a cooler piece of hardware than this for sure. Yeah. But it doesn't come with any games.
Right. But yeah, $99 for a new 3DS. So both those deals.
Yeah, and I'd just say I said it on our website post. I'll say it again. Any of these play every DS game and 3DS games. If you're into games and you haven't had the experience of those libraries, there are some awesome games on DS and 3DS for sure.
Yeah.
So definitely, now's the time. Jump in if you never did.
Yeah. So unless you're waiting for the Switch. But I guess you won't be able to play the old games.
Even then, I feel like it's definitely worth it for sure if you're into games. So I just wanted to talk a little bit of trash. This week, the original Xbox went 15 years old on it. Lots of people were talking about it. And coincidentally, my buddy's sister moved out of town and she had some snowboarding gear. It was like, do you guys want it? And some furniture that my other buddy went and grabbed. And I just kind of threw out there, this friend I know is into games and comic books. I said, is there any games or comic books sitting around? She's like, I think there's a box full of games. And so I ended up getting this box full of original Xbox games, most of which work on the 360. So I just kind of wanted to, first of all, say happy birthday, Xbox, 16 years.
Yep.
I'm glad you're with us now. And then just kind of roll through this mystery grab bag of boxes and show you some of the good, bad, and ugly games that I got. Just talk some trash about them. So
Right.
just something different to do. So first of all, I will never play these because I have superior versions of them, but 2 different copies of Tiger.
Oh, those are some of the best ones. 05.
2003 and 2005. Yep.
Those are some good ones.
You ever play?
Yeah, that game was sweet. I beat that game.
Did you?
Yeah.
I never played it, so yeah, I'll check
Really?
it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was. Yeah, I really like that. I played that at mom and dad's house actually.
Then I got what I doubt this will stand up nowadays, but one of the classics for its time,
yeah.
Max
Yeah.
Payne. Bullet time changed games.
Oh
There was
yeah.
no slow motion shooting before Max Payne. Also, Max Payne 2 is in the
I don't
box as
think I
well.
played that.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. I played the first one, not the second one. And then going with sequels, I think that Tony Hawk was washed up at this point.
Yeah, Underground. I think that one sucked.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 were awesome, but it got Underground and Underground 2. I assume they're just the current ones at that time. I think by that time we were at the dawn of Skate, which was better.
Yeah, it
At
was
that
way
point?
better.
Boob Simulator.
Yeah. Speaking of Skate, I really wish they would make another Skate game.
Me too.
I mean, Skate 3 was awesome.
Yep.
And now there's not any good skateboarding games, and they like stopped making them.
Yeah,
It's weird.
I cannot agree more. Definitely an issue. Fatal Frame 2? Never played them.
Me neither.
No. So, did you ever play this?
No.
So, I played a little bit of it. The gameplay was decent. I think this was on PS2 or whatever that I played it. The thing is that made me mad is, I'm gonna go spoilers on the Scarface the movie for 10 seconds.
Okay.
If you haven't seen that, you know what I mean. Then go ahead and just turn away for 10 seconds here. The game acts like he didn't die at the end of the movie.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, okay, we'll stop talking about it because I said only 10 seconds. But that premise makes it so stupid, it just makes me mad
Yeah.
to even play it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Real.
They should have done like a prequel or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me I'm not fired up about that. So we got some more extreme sports. Amped. You ever play that?
No, I think I would have been playing SSX at the time, not Amped.
Speaking of,
Yeah, there it is. Played that.
Tricky 2? Yep.
That was a sweet game.
That's the original Tricky. Yeah. Oh, SSX was the original, right? And then SSX Tricky was the sequel?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Or
Yep.
there might have even been like a SSX 2 and then Tricky or something. I don't know.
Yep.
But SSX was the original.
Classic. Yep.
Yeah.
Classic for sure. It says the Xbox collection. Oh, sweet. Stickers.
Oh, nice. They didn't even. That's the coolest thing in the box.
Hell yeah. And I don't know what the collection means. I don't know if it's got the Liberty City or
Maybe just was there DLC maybe or something?
I don't think there was DLC in the days of Grand Theft Auto 3.
Probably not.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out though. Yeah. Changed games, for sure. Game
Yep.
changer. Advent Rising? You know anything about this?
I've heard of it. Other than that, not really.
The foundations of the universe is about to be violently shaken apart. Check it out. Dark Watch?
Never heard of it.
Nope, me neither.
Gone?
You ever play that?
No.
I didn't either. Western. Not too many Western games. Made by Neversoft and Activision. Check it out. This is kind of a classic on PC, and I never heard much about the Xbox version of it.
Yeah.
But Thief is the spiritual successor to Dishonored. Is that the one that's out right now?
Dishonored 2's out right now.
Yeah, Dishonored 2. Yeah, so I don't know. This is called Thief: Deadly Shadows. I don't know if that's a sequel to Thief or what, but I'll check it out. Old school stealth gameplay. It's got your Tom Clancy. Can't have video games without Tom Clancy somewhere. Almost done. Rally Sport Challenge. I'm sure that'll be terrible by today's standards. Constantine. You ever play that?
No.
This is DC, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then these last two, I saved them for last because these are the money shots, in my opinion. These are
KOTOR?
no KOTOR. no. But two of the most all-time classics for sure. So first of all.
Oh yeah, Prince of Persia.
Yep. Did you ever play this?
Yep.
Definitely one of the greatest action games of all time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Great game. And then Deuce.
Yep.
Before the orange box.
Yep.
Man, I wish I still had the orange box.
Yep.
But yeah, so there we go. Just a little trip down memory lane. Happy birthday, Xbox.
Yep. Happy B-Day.
Yep.
And it's Image's birthday too.
Is it?
Yeah, aren't they doing Walking Dead and a bunch of other comics for 25 cents right now?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they are. Let me see.
On their website, on Comixology? What? Where?
Looking it up.
Obviously not paper mail versions.
So no, 10th anniversary.
Seems like Image has been around longer than 10 years.
Yeah, an anniversary gift from Issues for 25 cents. 25 years, yeah. Image Comics. This is off of the New York Times. Image Comics, which will celebrate 25 years as a comic book publisher next year, is giving its fans a little gift. The February issues of The Walking Dead, Invincible, and Outcast, each written by Robert Kirkman, will cost 25 cents. So
3 comics cost 25 cents.
in February, with 25 years of Image.
All right. Well, I assume that is the paper copies. Like go at the store and the cover price will be 25 cents.
Yeah, sounds like it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Down with that.
For sure.
Thanks, Image. Happy B-Day.
Yeah.
As well.
Birthday.
So some other things I just kind of saw this week. First of all, Inhumans on ABC. Worst news.
Yeah. That was going to be my one comic book.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I just read. Well, I read a few things about that. Yeah, it's going to be an ABC series. The first 2 episodes of the series are going to be in IMAX and movie theaters across 72 countries before they air on ABC. Um, Apparently, IMAX is giving them some money to do that or something.
Okay.
So, and then I just read in an article today on Bleeding Cool that the movie is still gonna happen.
Really?
So, yeah,
No. Yeah. Today you read that?
I
It's a
read
current
it today.
article.
Yeah,
Okay,
off
because
a legit comic book site, Bleeding Cool. You've probably heard of them.
right.
But,
Last I had
so
heard, the movie was canceled, and the show was going in place of it. And especially in ABC, I don't even care at all. I will not watch
yeah,
that.
well, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it sounds, especially with the Agents, how bad Agents Shield is. Yeah, that sucks that it's going to be on there. But like I said, what I read today, if it's going to be still a movie, it's kind of weird because if that's the case, then that's the first time, because the ABC series is kind of in the cinematic
In MCU.
universe, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Agents of
So
Shield is
this
supposed to be.
so this would be the first time that they have a show and a movie, if that's the
Mhm.
case.
Mhm.
So would they be using the same characters, like the
Yeah.
same actors,
I don't know.
or would the show be about? I mean, Inhumans are like the X-Men. There's so many of them. They could both have totally different people and get away
Sure.
with it.
Right.
So,
We'll see.
but yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find that article.
Yeah, if that's true, that's better news than I had thought, because I thought that an ABC show was the worst consolation prize for the movie being canceled of all time. So
Yeah,
if the movie's back, then I'm down with that for sure. So
yeah. I found the article here.
okay, go ahead.
This is from bleedingcool.com. Um, Came out today. And it said, according to Disney, ABC television president Ben Sherwood, the planned Inhumans television series that will debut in IMAX theaters does not replace the planned feature film. Sherwood also told THR.com that the new series is not a spin-off of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but he hopes that it will have a halo effect, bringing new viewers to both series. So the president um, of Disney and ABC said
It doesn't take the place.
it
So
doesn't take place.
that's a weird sentence, though. I thought that it was announced as canceled before. The fact that he says it doesn't take the place of could mean that this isn't instead of that. This is just something different, and that the movie's still not happening.
Yeah,
Possibly.
maybe, possibly. Who
We'll have to
knows?
try and
So
dig some more details on that, because that's again, Agents of Shield is so bad that I don't care about any other show on there.
yeah, for sure.
So, speaking of movies, I got a quick couple kind of movie notes to blast through here. First of all, Cars 3 trailer. You watch it?
No, I heard it was depressing though.
I wouldn't say depressing. I wouldn't say depressing. It's just a teaser. It's just like a 10-second thing. Um, I gotta say, that's the one Disney movie that I might be fired up to see.
Yeah,
For sure, liked that. My kids suckered me into watching a million crappy movies. Cars was definitely my favorite
yeah.
on all that stuff. Um, Next news, Daenerys. What's her name in real life?
Emilia Clarke.
Yes, Emilia Clarke is confirmed in the Han Solo movies. So
Sweet.
yeah, they didn't say as who, but yeah, she's in there. Um, the next, The Last of Us movie is pretty much dead at this point.
Yeah,
Seems to be, let me find my quote here, seems to be a bunch of kind of infighting over the people who have the rights of it. We've both been on record saying that we hope that they never do it, right?
yeah.
Yeah. But Sam Raimi was supposed to direct it. And he said, unfortunately, with that one, when we went to Neil with Ghost House Pictures, we were hoping to get the rights like we do any project and then take it out and sell it, but we control the rights. With this one, he went to Sony, who I have a very good relationship with, but they have their own plans for it, and I think Neil's plan for it, I'm not trying to be political, but Neil's plan for it is not the same as Sony's. And because my company doesn't have the rights, I can't actually help him too much. Even though I'm one of the producers and the way it's set up, he sold the right to Sony. Sony hired me as a producer by chance, and I can't get the rights free, so I'm not in the driver's seat, and I can't tell you what Sony and Neil together will decide on. If they do move forward, I'd love to help them again. So it sounds like project's dead. He's done with it, and it sounds like Neil Druckmann is in a fight over with Sony about what to do with it. So again, that makes me even more against the thought of doing it. If one of the guys who wrote The Last of Us doesn't want to do it the way that Sony wants him to, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Right,
Yeah, for real.
right. If it's not his baby, then forget about it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. So that's that. The other thing, I just was reading Uncharted 4 multiplayer is coming. It has a horde mode. So co-op,
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's coming out. It's not out yet, but it's coming out shortly. Here's some DLC or whatnot. And people who played it and impressions I heard were all positive. Everybody said it was real fun.
Yeah. I don't know if I should get that or I'm going to get a new game probably next week. I don't know if I want to get that or Battlefield 1 or what. Because that looks sweet. Uncharted.
Yep. I'm going to play 3 before I play 4, so I personally can wait on it, to be honest. If you hold out, I will eventually get it. Too,
Okay.
Just so you know. So, and then the next thing, did you hear about the Watch Dogs 2 nudity thing?
Yeah, did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. I'm sure it was stupid.
Funny. So realistic.
So for those of you
it's a hairy bush
who don't know anything about this, somebody was playing Watch Dogs 2, killed somebody, I think, and when
killed a hooker.
Okay, and when she dies, got a shot up the skirt, and there is a fully rendered vagina with crotchless panties, right?
Yeah, full hair, full
everything.
Vagina.
So
and there's a penis too. There's they found a dude taking a piss and had a full dick and balls.
So and then what happened? So the guy who played it and saw that first used the share button on the PlayStation, shared the image, and then Sony banned his thing.
That's bullshit.
Right. So and then Ubisoft came out and said, yeah, they're going to take the nudity out of the game. That was a mistake. They didn't.
Yeah.
So all around.
How's that a mistake?
All around stupid. So
yeah.
First of all, how is it a mistake? What I've just heard is just basically sometimes they take assets from other that are previously made. So like say they just take their background characters, they just have some studio that has nothing to do with them who already made background models and just send it to them, and then we use them in that game. We don't have to spend the time to build them or whatnot. That's what I've heard. I don't know that I believe that anyways. But I don't know. It just brings up kind of how stupid and kind of immature the industry is in general, that you can't, still to this day, everybody's afraid to put rated R, rated X sexual stuff into games on console in particular. I know it's out there in PC, but not in the AAA space or whatever. And just, kind of, I don't know. For me, the main thing that kind of comes down to is that, okay, I can turn on my console and murder 10,000 people before I go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
But let's not show the human body.
Yeah, exactly.
That's too mature.
Yeah, stupid. I mean, especially they have a rating system,
right?
So
yeah, I just think it's whatever the industry wants to be taken seriously like movies and all that stuff, but they can't something like this happens and everybody freaks out and bans the guy who shared it and says, oh, okay, don't, it'd be one thing to email the guy and say, hey, don't do that again.
Yeah.
Or take it down or whatever, you know what I mean? But to ban the guys, he just turned on his console the next day and he was banned.
Yeah.
Stupid way to go about it. He didn't know. And then, for Ubisoft then to be like, oh, okay, we're going to pull it out of the game is stupid,
Yeah, for sure.
Really bad.
And why would, I mean...
You're not going to pee.
No, I gotta let this fucking dog out. Yeah, if it's in the game that you bought, and then you use the features of your system to share something that you bought totally legally, why? I don't get how you get banned for that.
Right. That's on Sony and Ubisoft to come up with something where Sony doesn't want that stuff being shared. Then they need to, have something in the game that triggers this part isn't shareable.
Then, exactly.
So yeah, weird that they would take that out on that dude. I don't know if there's any update, if he's gotten his stuff back or what's going on with it or whatever.
Yeah, what I heard is they extended the ban.
Yeah, it's whacked.
Yeah,
totally whacked. Bunch of crazy people. All right, so that's all I got going up into Pokemon. You got anything else?
I don't think so.
All right, so if you want no spoilers at all on Pokemon Moon and Sun, then time to jet out now. I will say before we go into it, I plan on doing a weekly segment that's an update on what's happening. I feel like in that segment, we won't spoil key story points. I feel like there aren't really a lot of key story points in the Pokemon game. I don't know though. I don't know that for a fact. But if there are, we won't say, hey, this is what happens at the end or whatever. Although I can bet you. Well, never mind. We'll talk about it in a minute. But yeah, if you want nothing, then go ahead and jet out now. Otherwise, we're going to kind of do this first week as a spoiler section before we go into the weekly deal. So spoilers for Pokemon Moon coming in 3, 2, 1. Boom. So, you ordered it. You don't have it yet.
Right? Yeah, I just ordered it today.
Okay. So, just as for everybody's knowledge, we've talked about this before, but we're going to do a segment where I've never played a Pokemon game. You've played all of them, right? You put Pokemon up there as like one of your favorite series and games of all time. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, like, Pokemon got big when I was in my early 20s, wasn't even into gaming at the time. And I think, I've always kind of seen it as to be honest, the kids first RPG kind of thing with throw in the collection stuff as well. That kind of kept me away from getting into it. I've bought Black and Y for my kids over the years, and they never got into them either. They both tried them out shortly and then didn't get into it, so that never got me into it. Obviously, everybody knows Pokemon Go got me into Pokemon this year.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, I want to give it a more genuine effort this time around.
Yeah.
What would you say about your Pokemon history or whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, been playing it since I think I had Red on the first one, and played each of the core games since then. I believe, they always come out with the Leaf Green or the Emerald Red, or they always come out with the second one in between the core ones. And I don't think I've played all those, but
so are those just? Explain to me the two versions and then the third version. Are they all the same game with different monsters, or what's different Pokemon, or what's the why?
Well, that's a little different. Like they come out with Well, for instance, the rumor for this one is the third one's going to be Pokemon Stars, and I also heard that it's probably coming out on Switch.
Okay.
Um, um, but that's a different thing. That's like the same as the first two. It's just a different color, so different.
Meaning, meaning the story is the same.
The story would be the same, yeah, and
different Pokemon. Is that the difference?
like a different legendary at the end. It's just like
okay.
a third one. Like there's always three of the core games. Like, but then
is it just the legendary that's different?
Pretty much. Like I think with like red, blue, and yellow. In yellow, Pikachu followed you around, but other than that,
it was the same.
It was the same.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around why you would play it again a year later if everything's the same except for one Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why you don't. Like, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, that's a little different. Then, like a couple of years later, they'll re-release like an older game, like when
Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire, which is not considered like one of the core games. It's an old Pokemon game with a different story and I don't even really different features. Like Pokemon follow you around. There's like hidden spots and stuff, and that's a different story. But it's not considered like one of the core ones. It's usually like a remake of one of the old ones.
Sure. So you generally pick one of the main ones, play it through to completion, and then move on with your life. Correct.
Pretty much, yeah. Wait however many years until the next one, but yeah, I don't know if it's just nostalgia that keeps me hooked or what, but I mean, I'm still, every time I play one, I'm just as into it as I was when I was 12 years old. I mean, I like playing through the main story and, leveling up my guys and trying to catch them all. And I mean, like with the last one, I really got into breeding and trading. So now that I kind of know how to do that, I want to do that more with this one, because the breeding gets crazy if you really get into it.
Right.
Like trying to breed the perfect Pokemon with the perfect stats is like really hard. I don't think I even got close to like the perfect one with the last one.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't really say what makes it one of my favorites. It just is. I like
something
it.
about it. Okay. Well, like I say, I'm gonna give it a playthrough. So I'm gonna give you my initial. I'm 3 hours in on Moon right now. I'll give you my initial thing without spoilers at this point. Story spoilers, anyways. So first of all, the setting is fake Hawaii.
Yeah.
I wish I would have done this last year with fake Paris instead, just because I like Paris. But fake Hawaii doesn't really do it for me. The NPCs and stuff that you talk to, it seems like so far, story-wise, clearly aimed at children.
Yeah.
I'm not like dying to whatever. The dialogue isn't doing it for me.
Yeah.
The music is terrible. I'm surprised how bad the music is, to be honest. I don't know if they're all this bad or if that's just not a thing in Pokemon or whatever, but I do like Nintendo music in not most of their, but every now and then they come along with some classic tunes that, are stuck in your head till the end of time. This game's music, I'm shut it down as fast as I can.
Oh yeah. No, it's never been good.
I do feel like, to be honest, as I played through Soma this weekend and playing Destiny and all this stuff, and then I go to bed thinking about stuff, and when I wake up the next morning makes me want to go and play some more Pokemon is the charmingness of it.
Yeah.
It's colorful. It looks like cartoons. Like, to me, like, there's something about that where video games nowadays they're aimed at our age group anyways. They're way too serious in everything.
Yeah.
This to me brings me back to, like, okay, super bright and colorful, super
Yeah.
simple story. The Pokemon themselves are cute and
Yeah.
stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, to me, I miss that in games, and that's what right now is bringing me back to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost don't even really like compare it to other games. Like when I play it, it's almost its own thing to me. Like the it's I like because I don't really play it for the story, or even, I mean, the story is always pretty generic. You know, you're trying to be the best trainer around, get all the badges, and then beat the Elite Four, and then at the same time stop some evil team that's trying to capture all the Pokemon for some bad reason.
Okay.
So,
All right. And then at the end, you do that. You stop the bad guys, and you're the best trainer in the land.
you beat the Elite Four, you stop the bad guys, and then you get the legendary that's on the cover of your copy.
Are you the Elite One? Are you
I mean,
Elite One? Do you get like a designated? Do you get a title? Or are you just an awesome trainer?
You're just the best. I don't know if you get
your mom's proud.
Yeah. Yep. And I heard she got her own room in this one for the first time. It's pretty hype.
I didn't know that was a thing. I am hot for his mom, though. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah. She's doing it for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's almost, I really like trying to catch them all and just build up my team, and it's sort of like an idle game for me. I just like hopping on there and playing it. Like,
do you do the bank?
Yeah.
You do?
I did with the last one.
And do you have like this ongoing collection of Pokemon, and then you want to battle with people to just see who's the best battler guy at the end once you beat the regular game? Is that a thing as well?
That's where breeding comes in. 'Cause I never really got that far. Like, I started breeding them pretty good, and then I kind of stopped playing. But I'm hoping I'll do it more. And now that you have it, and my buddy at work is getting it, hoping to have a few people that I can actually battle with. I'm not like battling online is. I mean, I did a little bit of it, and I would win every once in a while. But if you want to be the best, then you really got to start breeding them and get up.
You gotta have the best.
Perfect. Yeah, so and that could take a while.
Right.
So, but yeah, I spent a long time breeding and training in the last one after I beat it, trying to get. I had a ton of legendaries from a bunch of the past Pokemons by the time I stopped playing X and Y.
Right.
So, but
all right, well, we'll see where it goes from here. We'll see where it goes. I can't wait for you to get it so we can talk a little bit more trash about what goes down specifically in them.
I'll have it by the end of the week.
All right, cool. Well, that's it for this week. Episode 27. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Yep.
Corey, have a good week. Play some more basketball.
Too.
We got to get to the playoffs.
I played too. I'm ahead of you right now.
Keep it going.
All right.
Knock them out.
For sure.
All right, later.
All right. See ya.